Where to start? Beginning, probably. So yeah, it's been a long time. 6 months, roughly. I think we're getting up to 7 now. When did I last upload? Where are we now? 10th, 4th, April. 4th, yeah, it was literally just before you went into hospital. I should explain, right, the recording setup. This is really weird. If I don't record stuff for a long time, I get really anxious, apparently, recording stuff, because I feel like I'm being a bit of a letdown with the upload stuff. And that then compounds itself into, because you fall so far behind that you feel like you're so far behind that the damage is done, so there's no point trying. So this is unscripted, partly. I've got bullet points, and to the point where I've literally got to have Radicalsini in the same room, so I feel almost like I'm talking to her, even though I'm talking like she's not here, just to make it a bit easier, which is actually surprisingly really doing a good job. Anyway, ramble. So, where do we start? The main thing that stopped the uploads way back was when Sinead was put into hospital with suspected colon cancer. Bad stomachs, suspicious stuff in waste. All stuff that, if you notice, you want to go to your doctors and stuff about anyway. But then they hit you with a big scary, it could be cancer, and then it just throws everything. So that put me off to begin with. We then decided to do this thing where you buy a house, which is in its own right, when you're moving out from, home, or in Sinead's case, flat. It's scary, it's very expensive, and it takes a lot of your time away. I know that there's people out there like other YouTubers that manage it, but I think that's mainly because they can probably get editors, or they're maybe more organised. I'm not organised, and I stress out about everything, which then, you don't want to be making videos when you're stressed. I mean, even now, this is just difficult for whatever reason. After that, so we moved in, that's fine. I got very sick. I think I got like a cold or something when we were moving in, which made it a bit more difficult. Obviously, I had my family helping me move stuff, but I remember being quite, not great moving in. In fact, it went like a blur, actually. I don't really remember any of it. It was just like moving a lot of heavy stuff about. And then, a few days into moving, I started getting these weird, I think the doctor described it as thunderclap headaches, which is just where a headache would come on like a clap of thunder. Like, it literally felt like my head was being crushed. 9 out of 10 sort of pain, stuck around for like a good hour afterwards. Happened a few times, to the point where I contacted the UK's like non-emergency health line. Basically, just tell you that doesn't sound good, go to hospital, basically. So I did, and then they were like, doesn't sound great, could be brain bleed, or like something else, like something stuck in my head, basically. So they were like, you gotta stay in for a couple of days. We're gonna take some bloods. We're gonna scan your brain twice. They found something in there. Shocker. And then they're on about doing like something called a spinal tap, which is where they shove a huge needle into your spine and like take some of your spine to see if you bled in the past. They didn't do that in the end because I told them basically not to, and that I was fine. Since then, after a couple of weeks of these weird headaches, they just went away. I took some like magnesium. It seemed to have helped. I don't know. Probably just stress from moving and painting. Probably, that sort of stuff. So there was that, and I was like, this entire time I was like, I'll get my office ready, and I'll do some videos because I said I would. We're not even like two bullet points through this list. Some good stuff. I had my car resprayed. That was cool. It had some like paint issues and stuff, so I, working around getting the car and work and stuff, just more stress adding to this little stress pile I'm getting going, where, I've got to organise lifts to get into work and stuff, and, tricky stuff, adult things. That went all fine. Car looks brilliant. Really happy with it. That's good. It was just the usual during all this, I'm still working full time, Monday to Friday, 9-5 basically. We then had, we're obviously like decorating the house and things, painting. So a lot of the decorating's been done, which is great. It was kind of around this time, about 3 months ago, I want to say now. I noticed a very black mole on my, I'll be up for it, basically on my butt cheek, right? Not somewhere that you really get moles and stuff, and this one's like a really strange one. I'm not sure if I'll show it on screen. I mean, if you're squeamish and that sort of thing, look away now. But it's skin. So it didn't look right. You know, if you've ever seen like anything online about what's not typical for like a mole, you know, irregular shape, it being a wrong colour. Basically, if it doesn't look like anything else on your body, it's not right. So I go to the GP, they look at it, they're like, oh, that don't look right. We need to refer you to a dermatologist. They hit me with they tell doctors not to do this, but they immediately were like, oh, it could be cancer, you know, and they shouldn't say that because, like, it makes you start worrying. The cherry on the stress ice cream, that was, because it's like, there's all this shit going on already, and then they're just like, oh yeah, you could have, like, aggressive skin cancer. That's the fucking, you know, fantastic. So I go to the dermatologist, they look at it, they're a little bit less concerned, but they're like, it looks weird, you need it cut off. So about 2 weeks ago, roughly, I've had surgery, they've cut it out, and I've got to wait a really, really long time for results to come back because the NHS in the UK is shite. So, yeah, I don't have the results yet. I'll probably do an update once that's all done. But, yeah, it's just a lot of waiting. And I feel like I'm at this peak now where it's just like so much stress stuff has happened that doing YouTube and all that, I just couldn't... all I'm fixated on is just like life worries. So to do video ideas and to sit down and do something, all I want to do is just distract myself, just doing fun things, you know, playing games with friends, going out, you know, anything that isn't something I can fixate on something other than just my continuous life worries. It's probably coming through this video that I'm talking quickly or not very clearly and like out of breath because it's just like I can still feel like the anxiety crushing my chest. It's shit. Like I've never been so stressed in my life. Weird things like really itchy skin, just feeling really tired, loss of appetite, which I never thought was possible in my case because I fucking love food. But there was like a couple of weeks where the thought of food made me feel sick. And it's just so strange. It's really, really, really weird. But I feel like I need to try and get a little bit more control in everything, and I think that will make me feel a lot better. So I'm pushing this video out to maybe, hopefully, for people, to almost to show myself that people still care and want to see stuff I make. Because I keep telling myself that I've been gone for too long that people are going to forget and not give a shit anymore, and they won't watch my things. And I know that's not true because I know there's people that ask them where I am and stuff. That it's obviously people do care, and I'm bored of doing the same things over and over again. I've said thousands of times in the past that I'm going to stop doing SCP stuff because it's like, you know, you've done it for ages, and I always go back to because it's almost like it's my comfort, but I want to do something different because at the end of the day, I am quite bored of it. I don't want to get rid of it entirely because I know there's people that do just like that stuff, and I don't want to isolate that. But there is new projects I want to do, so I'll think of some stuff. I always used to be worried about losing subscribers and stuff, but then I'm doing the same thing and it's still losing. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's just stupid. So, plan. Basically, I might need a bit more time, but I'm going to be doing some more video stuff soon. I don't know what on, because as much as I wanted to have a plan by now, I don't. So, stuff will happen eventually, but I wanted to just say what's been going on because it has been a hell of like half a year. Like the last 6 months has been the most stressful point of my life, and like to the point where it's almost broken me a few times. But you know, I'm still here. I've got an office. It's ready. Sinead's got her own office, so we can do videos together with stuff that I've had some ideas in the past I want to do, and we can probably do it now. Hooray! I just need a bit more time. I'm getting there. I promise. I think that's everything. Yeah. How do I end this whole thing? I don't know. Bye! Oh, fucking hell.